Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Feng. Today we talk about the origin of the Tower of Fantasy. Let's set the time back to 2316 AD. This year, man discovered an Earth-like planet, Ida. In the same year, the Yuan Wang spacecraft carried the colonists on the expedition, and the interstellar migration took a long time. Human life expectancy is not enough to last so long. So, all personnel enter the ship. Taken over by artificial intelligence Sam. Just like this, the spaceship has been in space for 215 years. This is the year 2513. There are still 34 years before landed in Ida on 2547. Yuan Wang was attacked by an unknown group of celestial bodies, and its contact with Earth was cut off. Artificial intelligence first awakened Higgs, the ship's manager. With his help, the spaceship made it through. But part of the ship was still hit and damaged. The incident cost them 1/10 of the population. But at the same time, a Rubik's Cube object composed of unknown matter was found, which was named the Origin. Yes, it contains exactly the Omnium energy. In order to study the Omnium energy, the AI woke up Dr. Susan, Dr. Samuel, and Dr. Trinity one after another. With the permission of Higgs. 2534 AD. It has been 3 years since the discovery of the Origin. Under the research of the Doctor, it was found that the Omnium energy can promote the evolution of organisms. The Omnium energy has been used in animal experiments. By this time, the radiation mutation brought about by the Omnium energy has been discovered. But Samuel and Trinity were too excited about the Omnium energy. They even want to use it in human experiments. AD 2536. Under the condition of long-term exposure, Dr. Samuel developed symptoms of mutation. He entered the dormant chamber to restrain mutation. Next, his student Trinity will continue to be in charge of the project until 2539, approved by the ship's administrator Higgs. Trinity conducted the original human experiment, which can be regarded as opening Pandora's box. After 2 years of experiment, by 2541, the experimental subject escaped from the lab and caused Omnium energy radiation leakage. One of the characteristics of the Omnium energy is propagation, and through a medium beyond our cognition. Another year passed, 2542 AD. There is a mutation reaction in the lower cabin. Higgs ordered the lower cabin to be quarantined. Warehouse numbers 9, 11, and 12 were forced to close. At the same time, he awakened Dr. Samuel and began to study the genetic optimization of resistance. April 2543 AD. A large number of dormant people in cabin 11 were awakened and cut off contact with the main control room. Soon, the 9th and 12th also lost contact. In response, Higgs awakened the armed forces of some colonists. A rebellion broke out 2 months later. The lower warehouse began to attack the middle passage. 2544. There are a large number of mutant organisms in the lower cabin. It's conceivable the rebellion should be due to that the lower cabin has emerged mutation. But Higgs sealed off the lower level so that the people inside can't be saved, which resulted mutation. Under the attack of mutant creatures, the middle cabin was also lost. The year 2545. Some of the dormant have been genetically modified to acquire the immune power of Omnium energy radiation. That is, the divine descendant. At the moment, the ship's middle and lower layers are already full of mutants. Samuel also went back to dormancy. By February 2547, the mutants began to expand. At this time, the Yuan Wang spacecraft came to Aida's star region. Perished together with the mutants. Put all survivors into dormancy at the same time. Launch an immigrant warehouse to Ida Star. They won't wake up until they get to the ground. You may have noticed. Where's Dr. Susan? This precious record was written by Dr. Susan. She didn't choose to sleep because she sensed that she had started to mutate. She wants to die as a human, so she chose to stay on the ship. Write everything down. Tell the Ida people not to repeat the same mistake. Now it seems completely useless. 2547 AD. Pardonis landed on Ida and began a new epic. This piece of information overturns the previous introduction of the Omnium energy. The information we know before is that Mara was first discovered in 2653 AD, and then launched the giant plan to build the Tower of Fantasy. And now it seems, as early as 2513, Ida has been exposed to the Omnium energy 140 years earlier. There may be God's descendants among today's survivors. They know that the Omnium energy exists, and they immune to radiation. And Dr. Samuel fell asleep. Samuel and Trinity. They may all be of divine descent. Otherwise, they would have been mutated. Then it's impossible for them to record it later. If they're already immunized, Hykros is their best hiding place. Then the cataclysm may not be an accident. It was deliberately done. Now that they know the characteristics of the Omnium energy. And why do they need to use the Omnium energy in a large area? And then there's the suppressor. This thing can resist the Omnium energy radiation. But only Hykros can make it. Master the suppressor is tantamount to ruling all mankind. But there also is the heirs of Ida, who is called the Lost One. They are immunized of radiation by machine modification. We know that the second time and space backtracking. Hykros claimed it was destroyed by the heirs of Ida. Then this incident is not so simple. We thought this backtracking was Hykros wanted to save. The heirs of Ida is here to sabotage. The way to destroy is to modify the parameters. What is the purpose of the heirs of Ida to modify the parameters? Do they know what Hykros is for? But they also want to go back. Because they want to go back to the days Omnium energy haven't been discovered. So they just changed the parameters. Why the backtracking failed if the parameter was modified? You should know that Ida is now doing the third backtracking, so there should be no problem with the parameters. We'll just have to wait for TOF itself to give us an answer. It's really getting more and more interesting. This team is very ambitious. From worldview to monster. From scene to costume. There are surprises everywhere. I thought these were just some material before. Until I found out how much they polished the game. Even to the console game level. I've almost become a tower scientist. That's all for this issue. I also look forward to more friends who like the plot and settings to dig the secrets of TOF. Pay attention to Scout and take it to experience a different tower of fantasy. I can't give them salvation and pardon. But I can give them hope.